It's a feeling we all know too well. But did you know that fear isn't just a negative emotion? In fact, it's deeply linked to empathy, altruism, and even heroism. Welcome to today's episode where we dive into the fear factor and explore how fear shapes our lives. First, let's talk about empathy. Empathy allows us to feel what others feel, making us more compassionate and willing to help. But did you know that empathy can actually be manipulated? In a fascinating study, participants listened to a story about Katie, a young woman struggling to care for her siblings. Half the participants were told to focus on the technical details, while the other half were asked to focus on her emotions. The results? Those who focused on Katie's emotions donated more money to help her. But here's where things get really interesting. The study also showed that people who were better at recognizing fear in others were more likely to be altruistic. So, what's going on in their brains? Meet the amygdala, a small, almond-shaped part of the brain that detects threats and triggers our fear response. If you see a snake or stand at the edge of a cliff, your amygdala kicks in, keeping you safe. But what happens when the amygdala doesn't function properly? In psychopaths, the amygdala is impaired, meaning they don't experience fear like the rest of us. This explains why many psychopaths lack empathy and struggle to understand the fear of their victims. On the flip side, the amygdala in altruists works differently. Studies show that people who perform selfless acts, like donating a kidney to a stranger, have highly active amygdalas when they see fear in others. This means they're wired to recognize distress and feel compelled to help. But here's the twist. Altruists aren't fearless. In fact, they experience just as much fear as anyone else. What makes them different is their ability to override fear when others are in danger. So what allows altruists to overcome fear? One possible answer is oxytocin, the love hormone. It's linked to parental instincts and might explain why some people are willing to risk their lives for others. In a 2016 study, researchers found that when rats were given oxytocin, they still experienced fear but didn't run away. Instead, they stayed and helped their fellow rats. Could oxytocin be the key to human heroism too? If fear and empathy are so closely linked, how can we cultivate more empathy in society? Studies suggest that literacy might be the answer. Countries with high literacy rates like Myanmar also tend to be the most generous. Reading stories allows us to step into someone else's shoes, boosting our ability to empathize. So what does all of this mean? Fear isn't just something to be avoided. It's a crucial part of what makes us human. It drives our ability to connect, to empathize, and even to perform heroic acts. Maybe, just maybe, embracing our fears can make the world a better place. If you enjoyed this deep dive into more psychology book like The Fear Factor, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing content. See you next time.